gadgets that help people, get through their lives easier. Things like amplifiers for phones and canes and magnifying things for reading. Any sort of difficulty somebody might have in their everyday life, she'll have some sort of gadget that will be useful, and so she's going to talk about that. So that should be a good program.
Excellent.
We also have someone coming from Northwest Community Bank who's going to talk about scams and how seniors can be more secure and how to protect themselves.
That's a good one.
That seniors are a real target.
Absolutely.
For scams, and unfortunately, people of, well, even my generation, and I'm a senior now myself, we were brought up to be polite.
Sure.
So if somebody's on the phone and it's a friendly voice and they're engaging you in conversation and they start asking you questions, you may not even think about the answers you're giving them. And
Sure.
or if someone comes to the door, many seniors are apt to just open their door. Mm-hmm. And so that's something we're constantly working on. The police department has given speeches about that. Mm-hmm. Also. We've had programs. We had a program on old-fashioned toys where seniors brought in toys that they might still have that they grew up with, and a woman brought samples of toys from the 20s up to the present.
Wow.
It's funny how some things come around again, like hula hoops.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Slinkies. And then we have groups that come in from the outside to provide short health clinics. Foothills Visiting Nurses does free blood pressure tests for us once a month, and they also do a very inexpensive $5 cholesterol test, and they do a foot clinic for folks who may have difficulty either because of flexibility or arthritis or whatever in maintaining their feet. So
Sure.
we have a wonderful nurse, Joni, who comes in and clips toenails and addresses calluses and corns and that sort of thing for folks.
Excellent.
And then we have Valerie Manor does blood sugar testing once a month for free, and Paradigm Healthcare comes in once a month for blood pressure tests. So
There's quite a bit going on.
there is quite a bit going on.
And
Yeah.
now you've got transportation as well?
Right. We have a local van that will take anyone from the ages of 55 and up, or if someone's younger than 55 but disabled, we provide transportation to them also. And we would pick them up at their home and take them to doctor's appointments or grocery shopping or to the senior center for activities, out to restaurants,
Great.
possibly the Y.
Sure. But that is restricted to Winsted.
It is restricted to Winsted, yes. Yeah. Northwest Transit, which is based in Torrington, provides Winsted residents with transportation outside of Winsted.
Okay.
Regular transportation to Torrington, but also with enough notice, they'll go anywhere in the state of Connecticut. I know they go to UConn and Hartford Hospital, Yale, New Haven, that sort of thing.
That's wonderful.
So it is great, yeah.
Yeah, transportation can be such a limiting factor for people. They end up getting isolated and
Right. Yeah.
So what are some of the big plans for the future for the senior center?
Well, as I said, I'm always looking to get more people to come in. I do something called rent rebate applications, which is a state program through the Office of Policy and Management, and anybody who's on Social Security due to age or disability and is renting and is in a certain income category may be eligible for a state rebate. And so I see about 250 people each summer to process those applications. And so some of those folks are people I only see once a year.
Yeah.
They come in for their rebate and then they forget we exist. And those are the people I'm trying to get to come out of their homes a little bit more and get out socially. So I'm always looking to get more people to come out and use our services. Also, I do want to collaborate more with other town agencies and other senior centers, because I've had such good experience doing that.
Yeah. Anything worth doing is worth doing together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's always better together.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know the Fit Together group that we're on is working with some of the folks that are running the farmers market
Yep.
down in East End Park. And every year the state gives me coupons that the seniors can use at any participating farmers market. And
Oh,
I'm
wow.
really happy that the Winstead Farmers Market is participating.
That's great.
They have to be registered with the State Department of Agriculture. So those seniors that qualify can get $15 worth of free fruits and vegetables at the farmers market. So it's good for the farmers market, it's good for the seniors.
That's a win-win,
It's-
absolutely.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we
It's
just
great.
had Patrick on another episode
Oh,
and learned
okay.
all about the farmers
Yeah,
market. So I'm looking
yeah.
forward to it opening up this season.
Yes, it's great. When I drive home from work on Friday at 4 o'clock, I see lots of seniors down there. I'm driving alongside the park.
Now, where does the funding for the senior center come? Is it entirely from the town budget, or?
No, the town budget finances the staff, the building, and the van service. But the seniors do a lot for themselves. The town budget is, I'm trying to think exactly what it was this year. I think it was $165,000. And that covered me, the only full-time employee and the only employee with benefits, 2 part-time drivers and 2 part-time office folks. And the rest of the people that work at the center are grant workers. All of the activities at the senior center are paid for by the seniors themselves.
Okay.
So the town doesn't provide scholarship money or pay for any of the trips or parties or classes, any of that sort of thing. The seniors pay for all of that themselves, either weekly with their exercise classes, or we do fundraisers
Okay.
twice a year, and that helps to pay for the entertainers when we have parties and the party supplies and that sort of thing.
Sure.
So,
Great.
yeah. For those people who like bingo, we have a bingo on Friday afternoons. Small stakes. I believe the biggest prize is $10, but they play bingo from 1 to 3 o'clock every Friday and have a really good time. And the cards, bingo cards are 50 cents a card.
Yeah.
So they have a good time doing that. We have some great volunteers running that. We have line dancing. One of my ladies teaches that.
Terrific.
So quite a bit to do.
Now, you mentioned volunteers. Do you have a lot of volunteers?
I do. Whenever we just did a fundraiser penny auction a couple of weeks ago on a Saturday, and I probably had 20 or 30 people volunteering to either bring in items, help me set up, because the physical setup is a lot of work.
Sure.
Working the day of the auction in the kitchen and being runners to deliver the prizes, and then the cleanup. So I have some really wonderful volunteers.
But I'm sure you could always use more if we have anyone watching who's interested in
Absolutely.
helping out.
Absolutely.
Just
Yes.
contact Ellen.
Great. We always need volunteers in our lunch program. Our 2 lunch ladies are the only ones allowed to actually get involved with the meal preparation, but we always need help cleaning up after lunch. We have 1 volunteer that helps
Yeah.
clean up, and that's
Yeah.
that's a lot of work
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's not the fun part, but it has to be done.
No, but it
Yeah.
has to be done. Right.
And so yeah, I'm sure with our new adult day center just getting off the ground, there's probably going to be opportunities for us to collaborate too
Absolutely.
between the 2 programs.
I think so. Yes.
And we actually had Mary on here not too long ago on a recent episode, and we talked a
Okay.
lot about it.
Oh, good.
But yeah, we're slowly growing the program, and like I
And I
said,
know
it
you-
fills a different niche.
Right. You
Yeah.
came to the senior center one day to speak about
I
it,
did, yeah.
and it's wonderful knowing there's someplace locally that folks can go, because I've had families in the past call me saying, my mom or dad really needs someplace to go during the day, and
A little more support than you're able to provide. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's wonderful that you're there
Yeah,
providing that.
There's the whole continuum of care that people need. So to be able to find the right spots for people at whatever level they need
Right.
is, yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
And not to get political, but the budget just passed. So there must be a relief for you as a town employee running a town program.
Absolutely. Every year it's a relief to know,
Yeah.
we have a set amount of money
Yeah.
to work with. This year is especially exciting. because for the first time, I've been asking to have one of our parking lots paved for probably 10 years. It's never been paved. It's gravel.
Yeah.
And every year with the snow plowing, it gets dug up, and there are puddles and holes, and we have people falling, and there just has not been money for it. And this year, Dale Martin was the first town manager to actually keep it in the budget. And it got past him to the selectmen, and they kept it. So I was fingers crossed that whenever the budget got passed, that would still be there. So that's really exciting, and it's a safety concern. So
Absolutely.
So we're hoping to see that
Well,
get
it definitely
done this
sounds like
summer.
infrastructure is something they're focused on this time around,
Right.
which is nice.
Right. Yeah.
It's, you spend money up front, but it pays off in the long run. So.
Right. But now, on the other hand, the seniors, with their own money, have recently painted the entire interior of the building.
Oh, wow.
Because they know the town doesn't have a lot of money, and they're just happy to do that. That's their second home.
Sure.
So.
Now, what other things do you have on your wish list that you would love to see? Remember, we only have a few minutes left.
That's true. That's true. The building is old. It was the Garibaldi Hall before it was the senior center, and my predecessor, Blanche McCarthy Sewell, who the building is named after, got grant funds combined with town monies to purchase the building and to do some renovating. But there are some parts of the building that haven't been touched in many, many years, and things like plumbing. The flooring, we have a lot of broken floor tiles. The floors are uneven. I'd love to expand the activity area. A lot of that's pipe dreams, I know, but maybe the person who follows me, maybe. You have to have dreams. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. But all the way back in high school, when I DJ'd, I remember that the gentleman I worked with once told me, what you want is a small dance floor, and you want it loud and a lot of people, so it's crowded, and it just makes it a lot more fun. So I'm sure having a smaller place when you've got 100 people just makes it seem wonderful than if you've got 5 people in this massive space.
Well, that is true. The only difficulty is that with folks my age, you have to worry about things like walkers,
Sure.
and wheelchairs, and being able to get around and getting to the restrooms and all.
Yeah.
But, what are you going to do? That's the way it is.
We all work with what we've got.
Exactly.
We're in a nearly 100-year-old building of the Y, so I know what you're.
Right. But we're thrilled to have what we have.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate the town's support.
Sure.
Makes all the difference.
Excellent. Well, Ellen, thanks so much for coming on today and joining me.
My pleasure.
Really enjoyed it, and hopefully everyone learned a thing or two. I know I did.
Well, great. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And I just want to, on another note, let everyone know that this Sunday, June 9th, actually, that day has passed that we're watching. Now you're airing. So coming up on June 29th is our Wild Y Mud Run. It's the second annual, it's a 5K race with 25 some odd obstacles, going over walls, through mud, through tunnels, carrying things, you name it.